Welcome to a tour of our village. This is the road leading into our village. It's early winter and it's only 9:30 in the morning, so the sun hasn't come up properly yet. Like most rural Bulgarian villages, we are surrounded by countryside on all sides. This is a working farm as you enter the village. The dogs you can see are sheepdogs, and the breed of dog is Krakachanka. We are entering the village now. It's quite a large village, so I'm not going to show you all of it. Instead, I'm going to jump to my own house now and take you around the centre of the village from there. Collecting wood for winter is very important here, especially for some of the older generation who live on a very small pension. And there is our neighbour's cockerel. Lots of our neighbours also keep chickens. There's very rarely any traffic. It really is a lovely and quiet village. This is the main street through our village. There are some beautiful, quite large old properties along this road, as well as some new builds. The village is less than 30 minutes from Burgas. This makes it a very desirable location for people who work in the city, as property here is much cheaper than in the actual city itself. The village is also only about 30 minutes from the coast. Posters of people who have died here are very common in Bulgaria. You see them mainly outside of people's houses. This is the village square, complete with flags and an old cannon. We also have a museum here. Our village shop, and next door is a restaurant that isn't open at the moment. Not far from the village square is the Orthodox church pertaining to the village. And just off the village square is quite a nice park with a community centre. One of the many things left behind by the Russians when they left Bulgaria. This is a second road into the village. And off to the right here is the village well. Horses and carts are a very common sight on the roads. I love the horses and carts, and also the old cobbled streets. They remind me of my childhood growing up in Lancashire. So what makes a good village in Bulgaria? Well, a number of things. First of all, a good infrastructure. In our village we have a shop, a local bar, a community centre and a church. These are all important elements for a community. In Bulgaria, the village is also very friendly and welcoming to expats. Another clear sign of a thriving village is the amount of building work. As you've seen, we have a number of houses being refurbished and also a number of new builds like this one. Beautiful. Back to the end of the main road leading through the centre of the village. Even though we're in early December, it's still 20 degrees. Instead of turning off to take you back to my home, I'm just going to take you a little bit further around the edge of the village. Every building is different. The gardens in the village tend to be very large. Each house comes with a very decent sized plot of land. And many of the houses, especially the older ones, have facilities for taking care of animals and for storing crops. Every single house in the village is a detached property with its own plot of land. The branches that you can see outside of most of the properties are actually grapevines. Homesteading has been a way of life here for centuries, so most of the properties, especially the older ones, are geared up for a self-sufficient lifestyle. And that includes making their own wine. How many storks' nests have you counted on this short walk? And this is the end of the third road that comes into our village. There is another working farm on the opposite side of this road. It's a very quiet road, even though it's a main road. And as you can see, there is countryside on all sides. I've just walked a short distance back down the road, and this is the turn off to my own home.